Hello friends, welcome back. Okay, so episode 9, we're back in the woods, and this time it is me, Jessie, and Naya, and we're all going in together. Naya, since she knows that woods really well, she is gonna kind of be our tour guide, and she wants to take us to the area that she normally goes to in there, or just a different area that we haven't been to before. So when we get inside, instead of going down the other path that we had been going down the past couple of times, she decides to take us to this other path that's right to the left when you walk in, and we've never gone that way just because it looks super creepy, and it's like this tunnel of trees, and it's just like pitch black in there at night, and the sun is still setting, so we still have some daylight, so we're just allowing her to lead the way. So we walk through, and we realized after a little bit of walking, wow, this woods is way bigger than we thought. So we're walking for like a while, and Naya's telling us about all of these different experiences that she has had with all of these spirits there, because she's super in tune with spirits, not so much with extraterrestrials. So this path it's all like deep sand, so it's like impossible to walk on, and me and Jessie are like, alright bitch, like how much longer you want us to walk through this? Like it's been a minute, we've probably been walking for like 15 minutes already, and she's like, well, it's a little bit further, it's like not that far, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, well, not that far to you might be a little bit different to us, but whatever. So we just trust her, and we're still walking, and then we finally, the sun is pretty much like almost completely down at this point, and sorry. We like pull off to like a little path to the right, and now that the sun is setting, like, let me tell you how this fucking woods works, okay? As soon as the sun goes down, all the shit comes out, okay? So it's about that time that the shit's starting to come out, and there's nothing there during the day, but once the sun goes down, like, it's insane the amount of activity that is in that woods. So we like pulled off, and I'm kind of starting to freak out a little bit because we are deep in here. There is nothing around us, not even close. If we were to scream, nobody would hear us. If some shit were to go down, nobody would know how to find us. So it's kind of freaking me out, and then I'm starting to sense things around us, and so are they. And Naya's trying to keep us calm, because she's like, I've been here a million times, everything's fine, all the spirits are really friendly, blah blah blah, and I don't do fucking spirits, okay? I'm sorry, I don't like ghosts. That's not my shit. And have you ever heard of anybody having a positive experience with one of them? I don't think so. At least not that I've heard, you know, like, they're just very unpredictable, and I just don't fuck with that. And Jesse's the same way. So he's kind of tripping too. And so we had to like literally just sit down on the ground for a second just so I can get myself grounded. because I was like getting really freaked out because I could sense, okay. This is the craziest thing. It's like when your psychic abilities start coming in and you can sense shit and you know that somebody's standing in a certain spot, but you can't fucking see anything. That's terrifying. So I'm sensing things and I'm not seeing anything. And I'm just like, oh my god, like, am I fucking crazy? Like, what the fuck's going on? This shit is, like, I'm afraid of these woods, because I've already seen what I've seen in them. Who the hell knows what else is in there? So I'm like, you know what, this is not the spot. I don't feel comfortable. And she's like, okay, well, there's this little, like, and it's more open over here, but she's like, well, there's this really, really dense piece of woods over here, so let's just keep walking and we'll go to that spot. And that way, like, the aliens can get close to us or whatever, because I've noticed that they don't like open spaces. They will not come in open spaces. They like to be in shit that they can, like, hide behind for some reason. So she's like, well, let's go to this, like, woodsy area over here so they can get close to us. And I'm like, okay. So we're walking over there, and it's like another, like, 10 minutes in. So by the time we get over there, it's, like, pretty dark, and it's like this, like, really dense area of woods with these, like, tall, really skinny trees. And as we're walking in, we see these huge piles of sticks and logs, just, like, perfectly shaped. And we're like, Naya, what's that? And she's like, those are gnome homes. And I was like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, gnomes live there. And I was like, what? Gnomes? Gnomes are real too? What else is in this woods, So, so I was like, this is so weird. Okay, so as we walked in, I felt a pair of eyes on us that it was just intensely watching us. And it made me really uncomfortable. And when we got in there and I saw, like, how dense this piece of woods is and how dark it is, me and Jesse were just freaked out. So we were like, you know what, fuck no, because yeah, maybe the aliens will be able to get closer to us this way, but so can everything else, and I'm not down with that, and something is clearly staring at us right there, and I don't know what it is, and I'm not comfortable with it. She's like, yeah, I see it. He's harmless, don't worry. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know about that. I don't know, so let's just go back to the way that we went the other times, because I don't feel comfortable on this side. And she really didn't want to leave, but me and Jesse were just, thank God he was on the same page as me, because I was like freaking out a little bit, and like, but he was like, yeah, I don't like this place. I really don't fucking like this place. So we were like, all right, let's go back. So we got out of that place, and like once we got into the more open area, it felt a little bit more safe. But God, like now that the sun was down, everything was just coming out, and we felt that whatever it was that was in the woods staring at us was following us. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm not about to take some of this shit home with me. This is not cool. So we start walking all the way back, and we get to the tunnel of trees, and it looks like we're about to walk into a black hole. And I was just like, oh my God, like my stress level is through the fucking roof, because we have been already we're attracting all of these things, and they're just following us, they're watching us, they're seeing what we're doing, and I'm still new to this, so I don't like it, because I just know that I can sense things, and I can't see them, and I don't know what the fuck they are, but I don't like it. And we're like, oh my god, I gotta walk through here, and then she's like, it's fine, they're my friends, whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, spirits are not my friends, so we walk through, and Jesse starts freaking out, and he's like, okay, I really hate this tunnel thing. Those spirits do not like me. I feel them staring into my soul. They want us to leave. This is not good energy. And I was like, yeah, man, I don't feel comfortable with this shit either. But Naya's just on another level of existence and thinks that everything's fine and it's no big deal, and she's done this a million times and they're all her friends, and we're feeling so out of our element and so uncomfortable. I'm just feeling like these things want us gone. So we get through to the other side, and then we're like, okay, let's go to the place that we know. So we start walking down that way, and we walk a little bit, and then we hear a really creepy sound that it like gave me chills. And I wish that I could explain it to you, but it is like nothing I've ever heard before. It was some crazy, like, hissing sound. But it just, I can't explain it. It wasn't like anything that I've ever heard before, but it was not human. Did not sound like any animal I've ever heard, but it was like this loud, like, hiss, cough, not fucking friendly sound at all. And all three of us jumped back because that shit was close and none of us sensed it. And so we were all just like, what the fuck was that? Jesse said, well, at first we were like, okay, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, hell no. At this point, I was like, you guys, let's just go. Because I can't handle any more of this. Like, this is too much. So, but Naya's just pushing, and she's like, no, it's fine, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, we're like, take a couple more steps. Hiss again. Oh my god. Okay, something clearly doesn't want us here. I don't think we should walk any further. And then Jesse, like, when we heard it the second time, he was like, what the fuck was that? And we're like, what? And he's like, you didn't see that shadow, like, run towards us just now? And I was like, no. What do you mean? What do you mean? Some shadow creature ran towards us and that's what made that sound. And Naya was like, it's an animal, you guys, like, calm the fuck down. And I was like, bitch, that don't sound like no animal I have ever heard. Please tell me what animal that is, because I don't fucking know. And so sat down for a minute, got grounded again, and we're like, okay, are you good now? Do you still want to leave? Like, let's just keep going. We're almost there. Okay, so we walked a little bit more, and we didn't really hear that hissing sound that much anymore. but then, God, there was just so much out that night. So we walked a little bit further. We're still not even on the trail that we're supposed to get to yet. And it caught Jesse's attention first. And he's like, whoa, because everything with him is, oh my God. So I have to put him on the series one day. He's so funny. But he's like, whoa, do you guys see that over there? Or like, sense that, see that? Like, third eye see that? Because it's not physical. And Naya's like, yeah, I see it. I don't fucking see it. I'm like, what? I sense that something's over there, but I can't fucking see it. How does Jesse see it? I don't know. I'm like, damn, dude, your psychic abilities advanced really fast. But he's like, yeah, it's like this huge, like, it's basically this huge interdimensional being that they decided was a guardian of the woods. And he's there to, like, protect the woods or whatever. And I was like, okay, whatever. That's, like, not even on my radar because it doesn't matter. Like, I came here to see some fucking aliens. What is all of this shit that I don't want to be dealing with right now? So, walked a little bit. We're almost to the other path. And then I sense it this time. I sense something that is up ahead. And Naya sees it. Jessie also senses it. We all sense it. And she's the only one that can actually see it. And she's describing what she's seeing. And she's like, whoa, I don't even know. I don't know what it is, but it's just like this stick figure dude that is running, like, he's moving super fast across the trail. And then he, like, comes closer, and I'm like, okay, you guys, like, we really have to fucking go. Like, I'm done with this. I don't want, I'm out. I don't know what the fuck that thing is, but it's not friendly. It does not want us here. We gotta go. And it's coming closer. Like, we have to leave right now. I don't like this. And so, like, it's like came up to her, and she's like, oh, it's telling me that, like, your aliens are here, and it's, like, mimicking them. And I was like, me and Jessie looked at each other, we were like, something is mimicking what we're trying to see right now. That is not okay at all. I don't want anything mimicking nothing. I'm out. And so we're like, gotta go. Sorry, Naya, we're fucking leaving. You can stay, you can come with us. And so after that, we just, like, got the fuck out of there because there was just way too much going on, and it was not friendly things. So then we got back to the car and whatever, and, like, Naya drove separately, so she left, and then I was driving Jessie home. And we were talking in the car, we're like, dude, what the fuck? That was, like, the craziest experience ever. Just talking about, like, what was that thing? Like, and then, so, like, when we were sitting in the car talking about it, we're both like, man, like, what was that thing that she was seeing? What did she say? It looks like fucking stick figure. And then, like, right when I said that, we both got an image in our head of what it looked like. And we both were like, oh my God, like, freaked out. And we're like, holy shit, we both had the same exact vision of what it, like, he was describing it, what he was seeing to me, and it was totally matching up with what I was seeing, and I was, like, describing the same thing back to him. And she said it was a shapeshifter. And we were like, Oh my god, that shit is fucking terrifying. I wonder if I can draw a picture of like what it looks like. Cause this shit was like the creepiest thing that I have ever seen in my life. But yeah, so she basically is like this crazy looking, creepy ass stick figure dude. With no face. And all we could say was, that shit is literally something straight out of Silent Hill. Like, it was so creepy. I could not sleep for like the next week after that. And I realized later that was the same thing that was watching us when we were on the other side in the woods. It fucking followed us all the way there, and I was like terrified that it was gonna fucking follow me home or something. But God, let me tell you, like, once you start opening up your psychic abilities and start seeing shit that you never knew was there, it's pretty trippy. And it definitely can be super scary. But yeah, so we decided after that night that we were not going to go back with Naya because she was just on a totally different level than we were, and me and Jessie just don't want to fuck with any of that. And she was just saying the whole time that everything's fine, everything's friendly, blah blah blah, and we're like, no, that stick figure dude wanted to kill us. Yeah, so, and we didn't even see any aliens, you know, so we're like, me and Jessie just said we're gonna go back by ourselves, and because I don't know if she brought all that shit out, but it was definitely a totally different experience than we've had when we were together, so we decided it works better if it's just me and him. Don't forget to check out my Instagram at Princess of Pleiades and my website princessofpleiades.com.